all them DACA workers and the other, whoever who can speak their language. They get paid, what I'm saying, under the table, probably for hooking them up with a job, and then getting paid for giving them some type of housing. And they putting them up in the hood. There's a whole bunch of Latinos in Inglewood. So you're right, Marcel. And all of you ladies out there, you guys are right. This immigration issue is a major problem for Black Americans, for freedom. It's a major problem. They're growing in numbers, they're stacking their money, they're developing economic powers, then they develop in a political base. They it's like they read Dr. Carl Anderson book. And with that, I'll land.
Thank you, Show, for that. Blessed Finesse, are you there? Okay, y'all, we're gonna wrap this up. Pant, Black Panther Party. Give you like a minute, then W Prime give you like a minute, then we're gonna close it out because we really built on this topic. Andrew, I didn't expect it to go this far. Okay, Black Panther Party, you got it.
Honestly, I just wanted to shout out again to like the reparationists and the actual politicians doing the work. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And yep, this is Angela's strategy on. I'm convinced now. I mean, at first I was like, I will never, ever give like some idiot like Walker who came out with reparations my vote. But Walker is just a tool, a means to an end. I'm not even in Georgia. I'm just giving a hypothetical situation. I'll weaponize that idiot just to keep the illegals out. And then we need to support a reparationist candidate like Tamara Shirley Johnson. And we can't talk about no tangibles, no vote when the candidates offering tangibles don't get the support. No support, no tangibles. That's how it works. Okay, WPI, you got the last word.
Hey, no,
I'd like the last word. I'd like the last word after WPI. And
okay. Well, what I meant WPI, the last comment, and then I'll go to you, Angela. WPI.
Okay.
No, I just want to say, you can have a mic, so I just want to say, get in the jungle, trying to look at this right there where it says the book allegedly. So when we talk about closing these borders, it's more than just that. We facing a war all fronts, and we spread thin. That's what Dr. Claude tells us, right? So support our sis Aunt Larisha. She's suing the probation office here in Middlesex County. They trying to undermine our sis. When it comes to everybody's saying, yo, we could get jobs and all this other stuff, and we working from home. That shit don't mean anything either, because they could just ostracize us. You check any EEOC, Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, filed by a Black American, ain't nothing but discrimination there. I haven't had a job in over a decade, Marcel. So we gonna talk in the background. And with that being said, look what we did at our stomp over here in Jersey. Ross Kumparaka and his peoples tried to step to us and talk about that. Oh, we need to be down at the state building talking about at the federal building talking about reparations. Well, reparations is a two-check system. We just happen to be at the state building, and I learned that from my sister, the reparations. So y'all need to go fuck with her. Let's go.
Oh, and don't forget about the banks, Marcel. Don't forget about the banks. Everybody under the sound of my voice need to be going applying for loans. If you get a denial letter, you can put the letters together and have proof that they are actually utilizing resources against us. Eileen.
Okay, I like that idea. We're gonna do another speech about that.
Hey, just to piggyback off of that, Rella, again, go check any any EDC, in your county, city, or maybe state. It could be all three. Economic Development Corporation. That's what it's called. Economic Development Corporation. They're attached to the SBA. So they're like a low level in the hood. If you need help,
I know who you're talking about. Loudon got one here, and they do not help. They help maybe one Black person, one American. That's
what I'm saying. If you can't get it at the regular SBA, you can't get a loan from the bank, go to the Economic Development Corporation. And that is true. Start keeping a paper trail. We all got to open businesses. Go ahead, Marcel.
Y'all talk in the back channel. Angela, go ahead.
Real quick before I bless the space, son, can you share how those who are interested in running for political office can be trained through the Freedman Party? Are you still there?
I know who to tell them. The Freedman Party does training on Twitter Spaces, but also Tesla and Figaro does free trainings. I don't know where she will be next, but if y'all know Tesla Figaro, let me try to find her. I'll post it in my Twitter thread. I posted it and I retweeted it. So the Freeman Party hosts trainings and Tesla Figaro hosts training as well. But y'all, let me tell you, look at these idiots in office right now and look at the mess our people are in. Look at the mess the country's been in and it's going to stay in a mess so our people get what we're owed. They don't take a genius to run for office. All the reason they're in office is because they corrupt and they get corrupt money. That's the only reason why. Go out there and run for office. Stop being afraid. Don't be afraid. Oh, they're going to find out about me. They got all type of skeletons in their closet. Hell. Okay, but Angela, you go ahead and we can close this down.
Okay, yes. I think that a lot of them are fearful because they just don't know how. And so please reach out to Marcel, Asan, Rella. Those who are running can give you guidance. With that being said, I want to just thank you immensely, Marcel. You know, I'm the little engine that could. I've been screaming until it feels like an echo chamber for a few years now. And I just want to thank each and every one of you who are in support of my voice as the reparationist perspective. I've been through quite a few contemporary reparations grassroots org to find myself, my voice, and my square. And I just thank each and every one of you, Facebook, ScrewTube, Twitter Space, for rolling with your sister tough and strong. Know that, you know, you guys, we're here as comrades. The ancestors has chosen us to do this important work. I'm not really here to necessarily tell you what to do. I just want to show you a peek into your future if you don't get actively working on behalf of the Freedman lineage and understand the importance of the role you hold and how people look up to each and every one of you as leaders, as co-founders throughout the nation of this contemporary reparations grassroots movement. Don't take the people for granted and don't be lazy. Don't be politically lazy. Close the borders as our most imminent threat. Otherwise, we're going to leave the fate of the line to immigrants who seek to replace us and Crayola white supremacists who want to erase us. I love y'all Black and I love y'all Freedman Strong. Thank you again, Marcel. This was amazing. I appreciate you all.
Thank you so much, Angela. And I'm going to quickly I'm a like and I'm gonna retweet Tesla's push the line training. It's free training. I'm gonna try to attend it myself, but my schedule is all over the place. I am not making a penny, but I am getting invited to speak at a lot of different places. I'm getting flued out again. I'm getting flued out a few times. So people are asking for me to speak. So trust me, that was not happening when I started. So that's good. That means people are, and y'all, when I speak, I don't speak about me. I don't go there to talk about how amazing I am. I go there talking about what we're owed. So the fact that people all over, MAGA people, of course, you know, Tariq Nasheed is having me at his rally in DC. I have these people here in South Carolina. They're Black American people, Black American business owners who are doing a business event. They're inviting me to speak. They're paying. I mean, I'm driving there, but they are, you know, it's a ticketed event, but because I'm invited, you know, everything's covered for me. I'm really getting invited to speak, y'all. Some of this group, they wanted me to come to New Mexico to speak, but I told them so they're going to do it live streams. I told them I couldn't make it. And the other reparations rally, the one that's happening on the 16th, they wanted me to speak too, but we couldn't make it work. So the point is, this movement is growing. And I can tell you it's growing from my personal experience. I'm getting people that are offering to cover my expenses so I come out and speak. So I am with Angela. We need to vote for closed border candidates just in the interim until we can protect our vote. If we do nothing and the border stays open and they bring in another, how many goddamn illegals have come into this country since this bastard's been in office? 2 million, they said.
No, 5 million. 5 million and counting.
5 million. Are we going to sit back and let 5 million more come in to the point where our vote won't matter when we finally do get the candidate that's presenting the tangibles? If that's acceptable to you, it ain't acceptable to me. So I'm voting for closed border candidates. And if anyone has a problem with that, why aren't you the candidate on the ballot that I could have told people for whom to vote? That's your fault that you're not on that ballot. Okay? Or you didn't try to be on that ballot. Okay? I'm going to be back on the ballot. I'm
Thank
waiting
you, Marcel.
and I need all of us, wherever we are, I want us all to come back south. But if you're not back south, I need us to be on the ballot with the tangibles that we deserve. So you could be the candidate. Until then, get these illegals out of here. And if you're a
And
reparationist,
Marcel, and please tell people, don't let nobody chucks and pearl you
oh,
into no
yeah,
bag. Please don't let nobody do that to y'all. Don't let nobody do that to y'all. If you're not the person that wants to run, pull together collective thinkers in your community and find someone that y'all can get rally around and start to gather some money around and put
and
them up.
support
Put them
right?
up. Yes.
And
But
support
don't let nobody chucks and pearl you. Do not. I understand some of y'all might be a part of the panhandle. I understand some of y'all, Masons and all this other stuff. Guess what? You need to be utilizing that energy to get behind a lot of the things that we need to get done.
okay,
I'm just
And
saying.
if I could interject, guys, listen, y'all are all I've got in terms of making this message go viral. Please, please, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. I need you guys over in YouTube because if I were as big as a Tyreek or a Jason Black, I wouldn't be at 18%. I'd probably be more at like 40, 50%. Even I'm happy to go onto their broadcast to explain my Freedmen protest.
we'll bring people on of all mess. He brings trolls on. He brings people up that don't like him. Sometimes he'll make spaces to confront people who got something to say to him. I can definitely talk to him about like getting you on at least one the point. And I'm long winded. You're kind of long winded. He does like people to get kind of to the point. So I mean, if you go in his spaces, request the mic, he brings people up all the time. But if you are in when he opens his spaces, hell, I think he got one going on right now, and you go up there, he usually gets sometimes up to 2,000 people or more in his face. Just got to request the mic. He brings me up. Sometimes he looks for people that don't come up often to be brought up. So just got to be in his face and raise your hand.
Marcel, I really think I need a meeting with Phil from the African diaspora. I need a meeting with Jason Black and Tyreek. Like I need to show them, and then they can take the message forward to their viewers because
Well,
I don't have most of the time people shut my mic off when I start talking about vote closed border. Oh, you just a repugnant clan, you a Trump supporter, and my mic gets shut off. So you've got that type of influence with the folks in the
I don't.
spaces.
I
So
don't.
whatever you can do to help get me a meeting, then I can
Yeah.
sell it to them.
Oh,
And a lot of y'all need to be holding y'all ADOS talking in heads accountable as well, because
yeah,
I'm not.
yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just gonna say we all know, we all came from that era, and I'm gonna put it out there and I'm gonna say it like this: if all you doing is talking shit online and you ain't showing the receipts in person, then all you are is a talking head online. That is 2018, 2019. That is 2020. We actually need activation.
But no,
We
Rella,
don't
it's
need
even
no
worse
more
now.
comment. We don't need no more commentary. And trust me, this is not no hating on ADOS and all y'all supporters of Yvette and Antonio. This is saying that they also need to be held to the highest standard if we all gonna be holding people accountable. Period. I don't give a shit what happened way back when, 20,000 years ago, and who didn't get on a task force and who didn't do X, Y, and Z. At this point, in this juncture,
Right. We
we
don't have time.
literally are bleeding. Do you think that our ancestors at this point are going to care if we don't make it? They're not going to care about if you knew Antonio and Yvette Carnell and all these other people and what the arguments were. Our children are not going to care about that. They're going to ask, why didn't we fight harder?
That's
Why
right.
would you have let arguments and minuscule things keep you from getting the business of our people done? Period.
All right, Rella. So you're right.
Sorry.
Okay. I even saw, there are many people who do the ADOS hashtag who are good people, who are on call, who are for reparations. I saw one of them though. Some I don't know, some Boston guy. I forgot the hell. I don't even know the guy's name. Talk about some
Reggie
black.
from
You talking
Boston.
about
Reggie
Reggie?
from
Reggie
Boston.
from Boston? Yeah.
Reggie, talk about some black and brown.
Reg.
That man, I'm a mute because I want to get this out. That man talked about some black and brown coalition. I already saw that train and went off. That train and been derailed. Okay, so so yeah, he said black and brown coalition. That's all I needed to hear. Hey, I'm Angela. I don't have any influence with Tariq and them, but I do. I mean, I can reach them. I'll let them know. But look, the best thing for you to do is to get on Tariq's Twitter space. Okay, and that's the best thing. And from there, that reaches a lot of people, and he brings people up all the time. So I strongly encourage you to do that. When he opens the Twitter space, request the mic, go up there, make it as succinct as you can, because he does like people to get to the point. I can reach him, but it's not just to reach Jason Black and Phil. You know, we got Vicky Dillard, you got Dana with the data. There are plenty. There's too many people for me to name in the new black media who will have you on. Angela Staten King, you know, she has these people have massive platforms too, and they're all throughout the country. Now, I will tell you, it's hard to reach these people. Like now that they know me, they respond to me right away. But before I was on, it was hell trying to reach them. Matter of fact, I didn't get on their shows until they finally reached out to me. But I sent emails and my team sent emails, you know, with Tariq. But once you finally reach them and they kind of start feeling you, they see you're sincere and on cold, then they start responding to you right away. So I'll definitely, you know, I'm sure they know about this space because they have ears to the ground. I'm sure they know about this space. They may even listen to it. But it's a lot of people in the new black media with followings, big and small, but you need to take this message everywhere. So even some of the smaller platforms, I encourage you to go on their shows. Sometimes we overlook our people with shows who may not get the big numbers like Tariq and them do, but they are valuable too. And sometimes Tariq and them, they check out those shows to see what this person's about, and they will bring you on. Damn it, yo, I'm trying to close this space. There's a Sean up here now. We got Yusef coming here now. And y'all lucky I don't have a job. I better get me a little job. Sister Sean, you want to say something real quick?
This is your job. You just need to get paid for it.
Thank you, thank you, Rella, and thank you for saying that to Sister Angela, because I've been trying to tell her ass for a whole year. Thank you. Now that's two people. Nah.
Angela, yeah. If these smaller platforms will have you, go on there because the bigger names, and I hate saying bigger names, but the names in the new black media that have bigger numbers, they watch these shows. They watch the new black media too. They support these shows too, and they vet people too. Because they can't have everyone coming on their shows and their shows kind of lose credibility. Sister Sean, you want to say something real quick before I go to Yusef? If you can make it a minute, that would be great. Okay, Yusef, I don't want to rush you, but I want to close it down. So, Yusef?
Sure, appreciate it. Yeah, I'm up late in DC. I've been listening to conversation. I actually disagree with, I guess, the whole premise of what most people were talking about. I do support holding the vote.
Hold on. Let me stop you. All right.
Sure.
Okay, it's a little too late for you to come here disagreeing. I'm sorry, but go ahead, say with your piece.
Yeah.
You had hours for us to discuss this, but go ahead, though.
Sure. I appreciate it. I more so just wanted to hear out the points. It was a lot of them came back to diluting the vote. The biggest issue that I forgot the young lady, the reparationalist. So the biggest thing that I would say is I would like to see, based off of the percentage of people that vote. So 66% of people voted last time. And then I think it was like around 60% of Black voters, and we're talking about the presidential election. So unless people actually vote, the people that are voting are what dilutes. So if you have illegal immigrants, there was some people that were saying that, people from New York, illegal immigrants were voting. That's not true. But that's my only thing. If I understand your premise, I personally would like to hear more the data on how that actually makes sense, because your argument to me is not, it's not really a good point, because you're not really actually diluting any by having additional. While I do believe we need to close the borders, having additional illegal immigrants come in and they can't, vote anyways, isn't diluting our, foundation of
Hold
Black
on.
American power.
I'm going to respond. Okay, so what happens when these 5 million illegals have children? What are their children going to have the right to do unless we change and rescind birthright citizenship? What are their children going to have the right to do?
And they're already coming in here crazy pregnant with kids already. Let's go.
And we already got Democrats trying to give them voting rights. So
driver's licenses and everything up here in Jersey, Marcel. Ross Kumbaraka let these illegals get a license, a state license, yo. Think about that, yo.
Colorado just sent how many damn Colorado just sent a message to illegal 500,000, I think, telling them come on and vote, and then said, "Oop, it's an accident. We didn't mean to." Yeah, damn right. So, Youssef, what's going to happen? What happens?
Sure. So, I agree with your premise, and
Okay.
and I think it's a good good rebuttal.
So what do we do?
Regardless, whatever I believe, whatever the tactic is, whether it's holding the vote or voting for specifically on price. Prioritizing one focus, I think. I think that's number one.
What about us running for office?
No, you need to sign up. You need to sign up.
We need to have let me build with Youssef, please, y'all. I am so sick of us ignoring that because we don't want to do any work. What about us running for office? We want to be so damn lazy. It offends me almost. What about us running for office? Is that not an option?
No, that is the number one option.
Exactly.
That's the number one option.
So now, to your point about registering voters, we can register voters till we blue in the face. Again, if one Freeman vote is equal to 5 illegal immigrants, if you get 5 votes from a former illegal immigrant that now has the right to vote and their children, that one Freeman vote that we just registered ain't gonna make a difference. Right now, as we speak, they're flooding in our countries. Right now, as we speak, the Democrats have no intentions of closing down the border, and neither do many Republicans. What's going to happen when they start having children who are going to be anti-Black, then having the right to vote and run for office? This has to stop. I don't know how are we not against this?
I agree with you. Again, my point is the most important thing is having the amount of people that can vote actually do vote. So it doesn't matter
the amount. These illegal immigrants are flooding in. Even though Black women in America still have a lot of babies, 600,000 births are roughly a year, we cannot keep up with that and their borders being open. We got to get this border closed. We got to get them deported the hell out of here. So while y'all sit there and say no tangibles, no vote, no tangibles, no vote, the illegal immigrants are flooding in right now, and the Democrats are saying, oh, hell yes, they're going to vote, and y'all still don't get tangibles. So what do we do about this problem in the meantime? Because we don't have any candidates offering tangibles. So what do we do in the meantime? Just sit back and grab a pina colada and watch them flood in the country?
And
No.
the midterms are 3 weeks away. We're out of time, family. If you're going to run for office, set yourself up for 24.
Right.
But right now, nobody has run for office that I know of but Marcel. And he's all the way in South Carolina. So my thing is, it ain't about a party thing. I think folks are trying so hard to avoid to have to cast their vote. It's about closing the borders, because if say we fall back and go with this no tangibles, no vote, do you think that once these immigrants flood the damn voter booths, I'm talking about the ones that are legal, that's 42.6 million. And you can sit up here and try to do the math to try to get around having to do your duty as a voter for Freedmen to save us, because we're out of time. But say we fall back and follow this no tangible, no vote strategy, and the legal immigrants go to the polls and they vote in droves. This gives Joe Crow a green light to give all these DACA recipients, that's 11 million strong, plus the 5 million that are here. And God only knows if he does another 5 million in another year and a half, you're talking about roughly, 20 million on top of the 42.6, when they claim that we're only at 12 or 13%. We're out of time. We don't have the luxury of not weaponizing the vote. That's what I'm asking you to do. It's a protest vote in lieu of sitting at home withholding the vote, voting blue, no matter who, voting dim down ballot, withholding the vote. This is my strategy in lieu of that, so we can save ourselves. But we can sit up here and say if was fist, we'd all be drunk up in this piece. We don't have time to cut up maps and decide, well, what portion did what, because that doesn't project what they're about to do as Joe Crow gives them our reparations and protections for the going north. I'm saying close the border. Period. The end. All this other stuff is made up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about what we did historically. I need our people to at least tread water. We are becoming homeless and being evicted all over the freaking country. And the news is not talking about it, but I see it here in California. So I don't care that the Dems may win out here. These Democrats need to see that we're willing to weaponize the vote to make them very afraid for 24. And if we don't show them the strength of our numbers while we still got power with the only commodity we've got left, they will say, see, we were able to use them and they fell off like we know they do customarily during the midterms. And now we've been able to replace the only thing they had left. The ballot is the bullet. That was the only thing we had left. And we're deciding that we're going to withhold the vote or get caught up on math and what percent did this. And historically, when it was black and white predominantly, when we were able to withhold the vote and deliver the repugnant clans without getting our hands bloody, the Democrats have declared war on American freedmen. We need to respond by weaponizing this vote. The end. Let's close this out. I'm tired. I need to go to bed.
I agree
You
with
have
you.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Thank you. So I agree with you. What I'm saying is how you're positioning your message. It works really well for a certain type of voter. You're speaking based off of fear, which is a great indicator to get people to do certain things. A lot of people. But there's also a segment of voters or people that you need to get on your side that also are very, let's say, analytical or so that's what I'm saying is how can you reach based off your message? How can you connect with them and be able to communicate the same exact thing that you're saying without actually being fear-based?
I'm just trying to reach those who have the eyes to see and the ears to hear to partake of the fruit of the Spirit. I cannot reach everybody, but I show am working on more than 18%. It's a damn shame that damn near, what is that? 100 minus 18. Lord, my mind ain't working. About 78% of us are still voting for Joe Crow as he is seeking to erase and replace us. And because I don't have as many subs as some of these other
I'm sorry,
new
my
black media.
microphone went out. What did I miss? Yusef, what do you not agree with? Can you just recap that real quick, please?
Yeah,
let Yusef speak,
I'm just
please.
basically.
Yusef?
I'm sorry.
Sure. So I said I agree. I mean, I haven't voted for the Democrats.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty much conservative. But what I was saying is I understand how she's communicating is basically fear-based. I'm not disagreeing with her overall.
We have a right to be fearful.
Premise.
It's happening.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is she's saying that we need to connect more people with their message, and I'm saying how can we do that without just there's a segment of people that will that rely on move based off fear based and things like that. How can we also interject or inject some more
Stop trying to police people's emotions.
No.
I'm
Fear
not
and
policing.
You
What
said,
I'm
go
saying
ahead.
is how can we reach a broader spectrum of people that her message will be heard and listened
We're gonna try to do that with
the
new black media. Okay, Arthur, go ahead, Arthur. Because y'all, I'm shutting this down.
Hey Marcel, I 100% agree.
Hey.
I want to ask you, hey, check your Facebook and send me back with that information about South Carolina with the rallies. I want to support that. If you can't convince Yusef about the truth and he can't hear it, let him just sit there and marinate. He'll get it in the morning when he sleep on it. The sister Rep got the correct answer. Straight up. We got to go at it like it's a war, bro, or we're going to get eliminated. Good night, everybody. God bless.
Thank you so much. Zombie, I'm going to give you like 30 seconds if you spoke. 30 seconds, please.
Okay, thank you. I just want to address real quickly what Yusuf said about illegals supposedly not being able to vote here. It's very naive to think illegals can't vote here because that's the whole reason why these Democrats don't want voter ID. They use us as an excuse, but it ain't about us. It's about them replacing us with illegal immigrants and bribing them with the resources that should be made available to us. These Democrats want to let illegals vote us out of our rightful place in this country. So, frankly, if you think they can't vote us into extinction, you sleep, brother, and you really need to go get you some get right. And I'll land.
Thank you, DJ. 30 seconds.
Hey,
DJ?
yeah. Sorry about that, brother. Yeah, so in the state of New Jersey, Yusef, they're promising Latinos reparations. Look up New Jersey reparations bill A938 New Jersey. A is in Apple, 938 New Jersey. You crazy, bro? Close this motherfucking border because I'm sick of seeing these motherfuckers.
I'm conservative, just to let you all know. So
that doesn't mean anything.
Hold on, let DJ finish. DJ, go ahead. You have like 15 seconds.
That doesn't mean anything. I'll vote a Republican and I'm a registered Democrat, bro. That don't mean anything. It ain't about no party affiliation. You're gonna have to run the tape back. You're gonna have to run the tape back, to listen to all this shit, bro. It's too much shit.
About that. We talked about it's not just for Republican. We assume a Republican is closed borders. A lot of them are for open borders too. It ain't border Democrat. Assume a Democrat's open border because some Democrats are for closing the border, deporting the hell out of them. It's policy, and these illegals gotta go. They gotta go, and the border needs to be closed. This is not even a discussion. I am side-eyeing anyone who's even remotely against this border being closed, even remotely. I am serious. This is an attack on us. This is a genocidal attack on Black America. This is an attempt to replace us. The replacement theory ain't no theory when it comes to us and Black Americans. Rella, 30 seconds, Rella. Then I'm going to close it down.
Thank you. And I'm going to say this as someone.
Real quick, just to say this, Rella, I lived in the DMV before too, Yusef.
I remember.
I understand how folks get down there. Y'all don't understand that we're going up here farther in the north. I got family down there and I try to tell them. They ask me, yo, why you be going in on these immigrants? Because the same thing about to happen to y'all if you don't follow my sister, the reparations perspective, who got videos, 300 videos on her YouTube, bro. Go over there and get the lessons, dog. It's too much to explain, man.
Thank you, DJ. Yeah, that's our problem now. That nice Negro shit. Go ahead, Rella.
So I'm gonna say this: illegal immigrants actually been coming in since 1776. I'm also going to say, just because you're a Republican, today's Republican, if you are not a Reconstructionist Republican, a Constitutionalist Republican, a Nat King, a John Brown
Frederick
Republican, then
Douglass.
yes, then you are not the right type of Republican, and you're just voting just like Democrats do. And I will say, as someone who also thinks analytically and who thinks technically, your words matter. So when you try to say someone is voting fear based is a reaction to someone harming you. That is a fear of a predator coming after you. And that is the response that you get when you actually connect with your emotional self. So for you to say that we have to somehow talk a certain way to reach a certain demographic, if people don't understand what's happening, and you need numbers, Google is free. Second of all, as a Republican, you should also have
I'm not a
information.
Republican. I said I was conservative, just to correct you.
Okay, excuse me, whether you conservative Democrat or conservative Republican or conservative independent, whatever you vote for in your prospective states, you should be on committees. You should be on assembly people. You should also be finding out who are the electoral people running for electoral college position in your state. And with that being said, you should not be using the term fear-based talking points towards any Black American or American freedmen, because we have a right, because it's buried in our DNA to respond to people who are actually coming for us and want to kill us. I am not holding hands with someone that wants to kill me, and I'm damn sure not going to be standing in the paint waiting for someone to kill me.
You got
Period.
that right. Let me tell you, it could be fair based. Okay, yeah, it's fair. I'm bored of I'm willing to get them the hell up out of here. Now that's fair. Yeah, I'm fearful. That's why I'm going to get them hell. I'm going to close the border. All you got to do. Our people vote for fair base all the time. That's what the Democrats do. You knows now. If you don't vote for me, you knows Trump's going to get back in there now. That's all they do for our people, and we sold to the poll. So now we got a legitimate reason to be fearful. We was fearful of Donald Trump, who was actually doing something that may not have been good, but the platinum plan was at least $500 billion. Joe Crow came in, who locked up a whole generation of Black Americans, okay, but his crackhead son ain't seen a day behind bars yet, who fought to keep Black kids out of better resource schools and neighborhoods, and we put that bastard in office. Now he's letting legal immigrants flood and take over the nation. And yet they're telling us the only reason we need to vote to keep them in there is because somehow Trump will be worse, who offered $500 billion in a platinum plan. Joe Crow's little lift every voice plan was just a measly $11 billion. We've been voting irrationally based off of fear for the longest. This time, finally, this fear is rational. This is happening, and it needs to stop, and it will stop. Thank y'all. This space really, boy, it took off bigger than I thought. I knew y'all were going to come through. I didn't know it was gonna be this big. Hey, son, anything you want to say before we close out?
No, I just want to say good night, everyone. It is 3:09 a.m. on the East Coast.
Yes,
We need
it
to go to
is.
sleep.
And you see, this is why. This is what happens when you don't have a job, and this is why when I get one again, it's gonna be hard for me to get used to a schedule again. Because when you get used to doing it, for y'all, thank you, Angela. I'm gonna mention Tariq in them, but again, Tariq does spaces all the time, and he opens the floor.
I don't figure it out. I need more than a space. I need a freaking meeting with all the folks in the media to reach their people. That's how this message grows beyond 18%. Thank you, Marcel. This was epic. Thank you.
Let me say real quick. I can reach out to let them know. But because the midterms is that is like, 3 weeks away, may just have to take advantage of the space. I can even let them know, hey, Angela wants to come and speak about something real quick. And he might allow it. A meeting, because they all of them have jobs and stuff outside of their shows. That's a little bit more, but I'll try. But thank y'all so much. Take care of y'all. Thank you for coming through.